Start recording. Okay. At the very beginning, I need to give credits to College Board and Khan Academy for the material. I'm using their authentic material. Haneen, question number 1. Which choice best describes the overall structure of the text?
I didn't see.
You did see. Just a sec. Abrahman, type your answer, please. We have C. Okay. An explanation to this question, please. I wanted to read it. You said it makes an extended comparison of night to human being. Why?
Because at the beginning she was talking about the night and how the vibes of the night and the colors of it, and also she mentioned
okay, where is the comparison? How did you figure out that there is a comparison at the very beginning? Then this comparison is extended. Where is the comparison to human being? Where is it? Haneen, are you following?
Yes, but I'm trying to connect the sentences here.
It's stated directly at the very beginning. I wanted to read the first line of this poem.
Night wears a garment.
A garment. Just that's it. That's it. So does night wear something?
No, it doesn't. The
yes.
human beings.
So this is a personification. When we give the night a human characteristic. Night doesn't wear. We humans wear clothes. So that's the personification, which means I'm comparing night to what, Ya Haneen?
To the human.
To the human. Okay. Do you think that this comparison is extended? Give me a clue at the end.
Yes.
Where? Which line?
More slowly with the germ started light.
Yes, moving slowly. Yes, that's a personification.
Started light.
Also, in the black of her hair.
The subtle light hands of night.
Yes, and hands. So we are giving human characteristics to the non-what?
To the non-human thing. To the night.
Yes. Do you understand? What does it mean, extended?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Haneen. Abrahman, what does it mean? Extended comparison or extended metaphor. What does it mean? While analyzing the structure of a poem.
It's like it's mentioned more than once and it's long.
Yes. Thank you. Let's move to Abrahman. You will help me with question number 7. Type your answers, please. Okay, your answers, my friends. Abrahman, what's your answer to this question?
I choose B.
Okay, we have B and we have B and we have D, right? Okay, that's part to whole question. Because he asks me about the function of the underlying sentence and what does it have to do with the text as a whole, right? Okay, we have B and we have D. I want you to read from the very beginning.
Okay. According to historian Vic, Mexican American women made crucial contributions to the labor movement during World War II.
Okay, so the adjectives are very important. Contributions to the labor movement. Okay?
At the time, food processing companies entered into contracts to supply United States armed forces with canned goods. Increased production quotas conferred greater bargaining power on the company's employees, many of whom were Mexican American women.
Very good. So who worked for those companies?
Mexican American women.
Okay, Mexican American women, right? How can we analyze or how can we sum up the first part?
It says that Mexican American women had a critical role in helping U.S. United States during the World War II.
Specifically, there was a movement for labor movement for workers, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's read the sentence itself. The sentence, he asks me about its function.
Employees insisted on more favorable benefits, and employers who were anxious to fulfill the contracts complied.
Very
Thus,
good. They complied. So who wanted benefits?
The employees.
Employees. The owners and the employers. Did they accept or not?
They did, yes.
Yes, due to the crucial what? Their crucial contributions and the movement. Very good. Huh? We have also here, huh? So, huh? Labor activism became Abrahman.
Yes.
Okay, we have B and we have D. Go to B.
Okay. It offers an example.
It refers to what?
The sentence.
لأن some people think that it's all about the whole text. It's not about the whole text. It's about the underlying sentence. So when he says it offers, so this underlying sentence offers an example of
a trend.
A trend. Okay. Do you have a problem in choice B?
No.
Why? Look at that. It offers an example of a trend in World War II. Employees insisted on more favorable benefits, and employees who were anxious to fulfill the contracts complied. Do you think that this is a clue? It was a trend? Or do you think this is a generalized one?
I think it's general.
You think it's general or it's broad? Do we have a clue that this was a trend?
No.
That's an instance. Okay, طب go to C.
It notes a possible
sorry. D.
It provides further details about the identities of the workers discussed earlier in the text.
What is the problem?
It does not provide further details about identities.
Identity. Where is the identity here, my friend? Employees wanted benefits. Employers accepted. Where is the revelation of the identities? of the workers. Huh? We still have A and C. C.
It notes a
Abdurrahman.
possible exception to the historical narrative of labor activism sketched earlier in the text.
Okay, you can eliminate this choice even before continuing reading it.
Because of exception?
Is there an exception here? يعني
No.
did we have a rule at the very beginning and then this rule was an exception?
No.
No, there was no exception. It's not an exception. That's an elaboration. هنا في labor movement at the very beginning. They made crucial, the workers made crucial contributions. So it was logic that employers accept the benefits or complying to the demands of the employees, which is, it elaborates on what?
On a claim about labor relations in a particular industry.
What's the particular industry?
The labor movement.
The industry. What particular industry?
The food processing companies.
بالضبط. And the claim, what's the claim?
That increased production quotas confer greater bargaining powers on companies' employees.
في bargaining power now. Many contracts, employees wanted to fulfill the contracts, so they had to comply with the demands of the employees or they wouldn't be able to fulfill those contracts. Is it clear?
Yes.
Malak. Thank you, Abrahman.
Yes, mister.
Were you following?
Yes.
Okay, what's wrong with B?
The trend?
Yes. It's we believe that's broad. Too broad or too general? General.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to help me with the next question. It's the same part to hold or the function of the underlined sentence. I need everyone to type his or her answer, please, to this question, question number 8. Your answers, my friends? 8. Malak, your answer?
I don't remember my answer.
You answered it. Where did you answer that? It's a homework. It was a homework. You don't have the sheet?
Yes. No, I didn't print it. I think it was the period before last period's homework.
I know, which means still you need to have the version or a printed copy or whatever. There
I
should
only
be a
have the
record.
PDF version.
You have it?
I have the PDF one, and my answers are in the notes, but the numbering of the questions in the sheet are random. So
Okay, but you will still be able to answer with me.
do I start to read?
Yes, we have A and we have D, right?
No, it's only A, I think.
Okay.
Hearthstone's 1921 short story. John Reading goes to
It's a short story.
Hearth. The following text is adapted from Zora Neale, Hearthstone's 1921 short story. John Reading goes to sea. John is a child who lives in a town in the woods. Perhaps 10-year-old John was puzzling to the folk there in Florida woods, for he was an imaginative child and fond of daydreams. The Street John River flowed as scarce 300 feet from his back door. On its banks at this top grow numerous palms,
Okay.
luxuriant mangoes, and bay trees. On the blossom of the stream float millions of delicately colored hyenas. John Reading loved to wander down to the water's edge and chasing in dry twigs. Watch them sail down stream to Jacksonville, the sea, the wide world, and he wanted to follow them.
Okay.
Which choice best describes the function then?
Okay. All of you agreed upon it provides this sentence. It provides an extended description of a location, which means it was mentioned before at the very beginning, and this is an extra description of it. Okay? How? What is this location?
The sea.
Yes, very good.
The river. Can you go down for the other choices?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's read. Let's go back. هو John, where does he live?
Beside the river. In Florida. Yes, Florida woods.
The woods. Okay. The river flowed there, and the banks.
Banks.
Very good. Okay. Go to the sentence itself. Go back to the sentence itself. John loved to wander down to the edge and casting in dry twigs, watch them sail away downstream to
Jacksonville, the sea. To the sea.
To the sea. The wide world he wanted to
Follow them.
Follow them. يبقى at the beginning, the woods and the river, right?
Yes.
But in the sentence, he's changing the location. That's what
Yes.
Jacksonville Sea. It's a different place from the one that was described at the beginning of the text. So
Yes.
when I say it provides an extended description of the location, extended means it was mentioned. Was it mentioned at the very beginning?
Yes, it was.
Was it Jacksonville?
No, the other location, the river.
The other locations. But the one he wanted to follow was not mentioned at the very beginning. يبقى ما ينفعش اقول ان هو that's an extended description of a location. لأن extended description of the location means this location was mentioned at the beginning of the text.
Mister, I think I made it C.
ماشي. في كارثة في C.
I know, yes, but I saw underlines on the word puzzled and imaginative, so I thought that John is يعني an intelligent kid.
I know, but the comparison, was the comparison mentioned? Did we compare?
No.
When I say this person is imaginative, this person is creative, does it mean that he is more creative than the others? Maybe, maybe. But is that mentioned in the text?
No.
No. So we didn't compare him to the other children. So it seems we still have B and we still have D.
D, the last line, he wanted to fill them. It's like a clue to D.
ما هو هنا يا جماعة يعني this is the right one. Because in the last sentence, it suggests that John longs to experience a large life. Where is this large life?
Outside, يعني, with the dry twigs that sailed away.
The sea.
Okay.
He said to Jacksonville, the sea. He wanted to be outside, Florida woods. This is his place. This is his home. But he longs, wants, he wanted to follow them. Is it clear?
Yes.
Right. Mariam, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, Mister.
معلش يا مريم, what's wrong with A again? What's wrong with the function that the last sentence or the underlined sentence?
It's too general and it's extended. It has to be mentioned in the beginning of the text, but it's not mentioned.
Very good. It's not mentioned. What was mentioned at the very beginning? His original place.
That you want to live in the Jackson
لا, أنا بتكلم على
Sea.
at the very beginning, his exact location. كان عايش فين؟
في البنك.
البانكس اللي هي بتاعت الريفر اللي هي في فلوريدا وات؟
ايوه ده اللي اقصده.
ايوه فلوريدا وودز. بعد كده but he wanted another place اللي هو the sea.
To live in the Jacksonville Sea.
يبقى Jacksonville was not mentioned, the sea was not mentioned at the beginning of the text.
Yes.
عشان كده ما ينفعش اقول extended description. معنى extended description in Jacksonville Sea was mentioned at the beginning of the text. Does anyone have a problem with this question? That's a very nice one. You stay with me please يا مريم. يا جماعة. Okay. I need your answers to question number 9 quickly. Mariam, you will help me with that. Okay. Mariam, your answer? What's true about Dorian? That's
Mr.
yes.
I'm sorry, I have a problem with the internet. هو بيدخلني ويطلعني كل شوية. أنا آسفة.
لا it's okay حبيبتي خلاص. No problem.
يعني عندي مشكلة في النت.
طب انت دلوقتي is my screen shared? Is everything okay now?
Yes, yes.
Okay, number 9. Your answer to this question. Textual evidence. We have B's. Huh? Mariam, following? The same problem?
Yes, Mr.
Your answer? What's your answer? Did you answer it B or a different one? Mariam. Malak, what is your answer, Malak? Malak.
Don't remember.
So you lost your answers, right?
Are the questions in order? Yani, is this question 9? Or the number
Oh,
is
yes, yes.
different?
In order, yes. Mariam, you still have the problem?
The
Right,
answer
Hani,
is
this is Malak?
yes, yes.
Okay. Like Hanin.
Yes.
Okay. We have B and we have A. Your answer is B, right?
Yes.
Okay, what's true about Dorian? Okay, why you chose B? That he is delighted?
Because
Or
his reaction towards it.
can
his
you explain the
reaction
difference
to-
between A and B?
I didn't see why he wanted to know Holder's opinion about it. Like I see that the passage is more focused about the reaction of his reaction to the portrait.
His reaction to the portrait, yes, his emotions. So
Yes.
you focused on delighted, right?
Yeah.
There was no opinion. Can you give me some clues? He was delighted about seeing it.
In the second line, when he saw it drew back and his cheeks flushed for
Seventh
a
line,
moment.
1, 2, 3, 4. But we have, look at that. 3, 4.
Yes, and also 5.
5. Okay, where is in 3?
His cheeks flushed for a moment with the
Cheeks.
pleasure.
Pleasure.
Look of a joy that came into his eyes.
Joy.
Also,
Hallard
he
was
stood
speaking to
there.
him, right?
Yes,
But not catching the meaning of his words.
because he was focused with the portrait.
Yes. So did he seek or did he want to know the opinion of Hallward?
No.
He was concentrated, he was attracted, he was attached to the beauty.
Also,
I think
he stood there motionless.
Yes.
And
also we have beauty.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's about, as you have just said at the very beginning, that he was confined, or his emotions were limited and tied to only the beauty of the picture. He didn't seek to know the opinion of his friend. He was not even concentrating or paying attention to his friend. So thank you so much. Delighted is the key word, and we have his cheeks flushed, his pleasure, joy, beauty. Thank you. Abdurrahman,
Yes.
let's move to the next question. 27. This is still reading. Sorry. Now we will move to the writing part. يلا يا جماعة, your answers. Your answers, please. Abdurrahman, yours.
I chose A.
A. After word, additionally, indeed, similarly. Can you differentiate between those transitions?
Afterward is sequence. Additionally is addition. Indeed is emphasis. Similarly is
Similarity
like yeah, similarity.
or a comparison. ماشي, we have A, D, and B. You said that's a sequence. Okay, go ahead.
During the 2021 launch, Rocket Lab's Electron rocket experienced an unexpected failure. Second stage booster shut down suddenly after ignition. Afterwards, instead of downplaying the incident, the Rocket Lab CEO publicly acknowledged what happened and apologized for the loss of the rocket's payload.
Okay, where is the sequence here? You said we have a sequence. How?
The after the second stage shut down, and after that, instead of downplaying the incident, the CEO publicly acknowledged.
Second stage كان عندنا failure وحصل shutting down, right? This is
Yes.
step number 1. ايه اللي حصل بقى بعد كده؟
بعدين instead of downplaying the incident, CEO publicly acknowledged.
So instead of underestimating or downplaying the incident, لا, عملوا ايه؟ They accepted, they acknowledged what happened, and apologized. So failure, then apology. So that's what sequence. We are not adding. We are not adding. We are not comparing. That's why we cannot choose B or D. That's, as you have just said, sequence. Second stage, shutdown, failure, then they apologized. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Malak.
Yes.
Did you grasp the sequence here?
Yes, I did.
How?
First, the word second stage is written, which refers to a sequence. Also, first the problem happened, and then they apologized for it.
Thank you. 28.
You're
Type your
welcome.
answers, please. You stay with me, please, to help me with question 28. Your answers, يا جماعة. 28. How did you answer it? يا ملك. We have A and we have C. Your answer.
Answer is A.
Okay. Why? We have A and we have C.
When soil becomes contaminated with toxic metals, it can be removed from the ground and disposed of in a landfill. Contaminated soil can be detoxified via phytomedication. Plants that can withstand high concentration of metal absorb the pollutants and store them in their shots.
Okay.
Okay.
Why alternatively?
Alternatively is a contrast.
Yes. How did you know? We have simple
Because,
words.
it's contrast.
Where? Can you
Alt.
explain it?
Alt. Okay.
Okay, what happens to the soil?
It becomes contaminated. When soil becomes contaminated.
Because of what?
Toxic metals.
Very good. So we have toxic metals. طب the next sentence. Do we have a solution?
Contaminated soil. Yes.
Can be what?
Detoxified.
So the relationship here, what?
Contrast.
Yes. I'm not giving an example. Alternatively, since we have toxic, there is a solution for that. Is it clear?
Yes.
يبقى toxic versus detoxified. Thank you. Mariam?
Yes, Mr.
Okay. Did you get that? How did you get
Yes.
that?
Yes,
Simply
I
explain
got
it.
that. I got that between there is a contrast relation. It said that it contaminated by toxic metals but it can be detoxified.
Thank you. Help me with the next question. That's a rhetorical synthesis, I think. Okay. يلا يا جماعة, your answer. Your answers, please. 29. Mariam, your answer.
Yes, Mr. It's C.
Okay, we have B and we have C. Okay, I want you to read the stem of the question first. We need to analyze it. Then we will figure out the differences between B and C. The student wants to explain what?
Yes, an advantage of the Hanke-Henry calendar,
Advantage of?
which choice most effectively uses the Hanke-Henry calendar.
حلو قوي.
Uses relevant information from notes to accomplish this goal.
Okay.
Should I read?
Go to C. معلش. لا, read B first.
Okay. Adopting the Hanke-Henry permanent calendar would solve a problem with a Georgian calendar.
Okay.
Design
would help solve
so calendar a problem with the Georgian calendar.
Okay. عندنا B وعندنا ايه؟ C.
عندنا C.
حلو قوي. طب هل B غلط؟
لا.
انا مش حاسس ان هي غلط. يعني ما دي advantage بتسولف a problem في الايه؟
في الجورجيان كالندر.
ماشي. C. Read it.
Designs so calendar dates would occur on the same day of the week each year. The Hank Henry calendar supports more predictable scheduling than does Georgian calendar.
حلو قوي. ايه الديفرنس between B and C؟ ما هو في benefit
أنا
في
حاسة إن
في
C
advantage في B.
more
ايوه more ايه بقى؟
more specific
برافو
than B.
برافو. more specific and more elaborative. B broad.
Yes.
What? Just a sec. What advantage was it mentioned in B?
It's too general. B.
Yeah, solve a problem. Which problem would it solve? It's not specific. لو انا ما عنديش سي
Not
كنت ممكن اختار
mentioned.
بي، لكن هنا سي ها
More
specified
specific.
the advantage. That's why I will go for C. Is it clear؟ ودي كلو يا جماعه ناخد بالنا منها. وبص هو الغلاسه عامل ايه؟ حاطط لي بي، يعني اللي هيركز في بي اللي قرا الستيم كويس. انا عايز ادفانتج للهنري كالندر. انا فبي يقول لي سولف ا بروبلم بس. اللي كان قال لي قبل كده يا مستر انا مش محتاج اقرا باقي التشويسز لو انا كونفينسد بتشويس 100%. طب ما انا هبقى كونفينسد ببي. هو he wanted an advantage for this calendar. B, he said that adopting this calendar would help solve a problem. خلاص ما this is an advantage. So don't I need to continue reading؟ لو انا عملت كده خلاص انا I will not go to read C and D. انا هعملها غلط. فانتوا لازم تفهموا التكنيك بتاع التست ميكر. هو مش التست ميكر مش طيب وجميل. ده هو عاوزكم تعملوا المستيك اللي انتوا بتعملوها دي. الناس فاهمانه يا جماعه؟ يعني ممكن ابقى انا كونفينسد، بانسر هي صح، هي صح مليون في المية صح، but not more elaborative or inclusive or specific like another choice. يعني لو انا عملت switching وهو خلى سي الاول بعد كده بي كنت اقول عليه طيب، لكن هو لا، هو عاوزكم بالظبط تعملوا اللي انتوا عملتوه ده او الناس عملته. انا اقتنعت مش هكمل بقيه التشويس. شكرا. كلير يا جماعه ولا مش كلير؟ حنين.
كتير يا مستر.
ماشي شكرا يا مريم. حنين خليكي معايا. حنين ايه التكنيك بقى؟ ايه التip اللي انا خدت بالي منها هنا؟
I should make sure إن أنا أقرأ كل ال answers.
ماشي. ايه برضو التip of elimination هنا؟ ان some choices may be more what than others.
Specific than the other one.
بالظبط. Okay. Help me with the next question. The same rhetorical synthesis questions. يلا يا جماعة your answers. $30. يلا يا جماعة your answers. حنين عملتيها ايه؟
عملتها دي.
اوكي. عندنا سي وعندنا دي. في حاجة تانية؟ Okay. يلا read the stem please.
Mister, I chose B.
B. Okay. يلا حنين. الستم.
The student wants to represent the influence theory to an audience unfamiliar with Hodgkin's configurations.
انا عندي هنا 3 clues. ايه هم؟
Unfamiliar with the
الاول
theory and
الانفلونس ثيوري. 2 ها يلا حنين.
to unfamiliar audience.
حلو قوي. الاودينس unfamiliar. بايه بقى 3؟
اسمه ده اللي هم بتاع اللي هم عايزين الهوديوسينيانز.
الكونفدرسي.
اوكي.
يبقى 3 must be in my answer. عندنا C ودي وبي. ماشي. انت اخترتي ايه معلش؟
دي.
دي. تعال نروح لها. Read it and tell me what's missing.
Native people, including members of the Hodgkin's Confederacy, influenced the found of the United States in many different ways.
ماشي. What's missing here?
Influence theory.
كويس. missing. B.
The influence theory is supported by the fact that the Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson both studied in the Hadron's Conference.
Is it right or it misses something?
It's unfamiliar اللي هي البارت بتاعت unfamiliar مش موجود.
حلو قوي.
هما كانوا هما familiar.
unfamiliar فين؟ missing. طيب C.
The influence theory holds
لا انا
the
عايزك بقى تقولي لي ها فين نمبر 1؟
influence theory موجودة.
حلو قوي. He mentioned the influence A theory.
theory.
ها طيب
بعدين
فين بقى البارت الناس الاودينس unfamiliar بالثيري؟
an agreement binding 6 native nations
لا
in the North.
لا مش ده البارت. هو يعني ايه people unfamiliar audience unfamiliar؟ unfamiliar means people do not know what influence theory means. So if you want to introduce a theory, the influence theory, to unfamiliar audience, you need to give them the definition.
Okay.
اللي هو ايه بقى؟
إنه holds the principles of the
بالظبط.
great
ايه هي الانفلونس theory؟ holds the principle of blah 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 blah. Identifying it. So this sentence is meant to address people unfamiliar with it, with this theory. لما when you define it, ما هو بيقول influence theory holds the principles of the great law of blah 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 blah. Elaborating, identifying it. So this sentence is meant to address or to address the unfamiliar audience. So this is number 2. Number 3 بقى فين؟
إن هو قال البليس بتاعها.
تاني؟
إن هو قال البليس بتاعها.
البليس
مم.
ايه البليس؟
يعني هو he explained يعني ايه هو ال how was confirmed بقية السنة.
اللي هم ايه؟
Uh,
agreement.
okay. Agreement binding 6 native nations in the northern east US.
بالظبط. هي mentioned هنا صح؟ اهو 6 native nations اهي. Is it clear?
Yes.
Does anyone have a problem, my friends? Thank you, Hanin. Abdurrahman.
Yes.
Got the point?
Yes.
What did you get? فين ال part of unfamiliar audience? Does it mean that in the sentence or the choice he must write unfamiliar audience, or what does it mean? How do you see
No,
this?
he should explain the thing that they are unfamiliar with.
By elaborating it, by defining it, by explaining it, illustrating it. Since there is an explanation to a term, this means he is addressing unfamiliar audience. Okay? Does anyone have a problem, يا جماعة, with question 30? Okay, let's go. Abdurrahman, stay with me, please. 31. يلا يا جماعة, your answers to 31. The same rhetorical synthesis. Your answers. Abdurrahman, yours.
I choose A.
Okay. The others, we have A and... Okay, Abdurrahman. I want you to analyze it. The stem at the very beginning.
From the stem?
Yes, you have to start with the stem. Rhetorical synthesis questions do not read the text. Do not read the notes at the very beginning. You need to read for a purpose. So start with the stem.
The student wants to inform nearby stars.
Eh? Okay. How? Analyze it.
He wants to compare or show how hot the sun is relative to nearby stars.
واحد هنا يقول لي يا مستر انت مش قلت ان الكومباريسون غلط؟ اذا كان هو هنا بيقول لك you need to compare it. يعني ما ينفعش تقول ان الكومباريسون في الحاله دي تبقى غلط. Because he wants you to relate or to explain how hot is the sun relative to nearby stars. So he wants you to compare the sun to the other stars. So you have to put that into consideration before reading the notes. We have A. All of you agreed upon A. Why? Explain it, Abdurrahman.
Okay, at around 9,800 Fahrenheit, which classifies it as a G star, the sun is hotter than most, but not all of the stars within 10 parsecs of it. It compares the temperature of the sun with the nearby stars.
ER, then E.
Then
Most.
most, but not all.
But not all. What's wrong with B?
He did not compare the temperature.
No temperature. The other stars are mentioned, but the comparison between the temperature of the sun, yes, the temperature of the sun is mentioned in B, but the others or the comparison not mentioned. That's why most of you did it A. Thank you, Abrahman. Malak?
Yes, mister.
يلا يا جماعة, your answers, please, to this question. Malak, your answer?
I chose C.
C. And the others? We have C and we have A.
Mr. Which question? The one on the left or the right?
Left.
Oh, okay. Okay, then my answer is A.
Okay. Huh. What's the first thing we're supposed to do?
Read the stamp.
Okay, huh?
The student wants to introduce Catherine Halverson's book to an audience already familiar with the Atlantic Monthly.
Okay, analyze it.
A. Catherine Halverson's Faraway Women and the Atlantic Monthly discusses female authors whose autobiographies
Just a sec,
appeared
just
in
a
the
sec.
magazine.
I need you to analyze the stem. We are supposed to get what? Number
Introduce
one?
the book?
The book.
Yes.
This is number one. Number two, the audience familiar or unfamiliar?
Familiar.
Familiar. With what?
With the author. And the other book.
The Atlantic Monthly, اللي هي the magazine. So I need the book and
Yes.
the magazine.
The
But the
magazine.
audience are aware, are familiar with the magazine. So you don't need to say this magazine, which is blah, blah, blah. You don't need to identify it. Okay. Go to B. Huh.
A magazine called Atlantic Monthly.
الكارثة هنا.
He's introducing the magazine.
Okay. Introducing the magazine. So, أو means إن الأودينس مالهم familiar or unfamiliar? Unfamiliar. When I say a magazine called the Atlantic Monthly, means that they are not, or the students, the audience are not familiar with the magazine. طب هو أساسا he asked me
They are.
إن هم familiar.
He said.
So this is wrong. Because he asked me to introduce the book to people or to audience مالهم familiar with the magazine. فما تقوليش المجازين دي اسمها the magazine called كذا. ما already الناس familiar. كان تبقى صح لو قال لي ايه؟ لو قال لي ايه يا ملك؟
Pharaoh had a book called
لو قال لي ان هم unfamiliar. فلو قال لي unfamiliar, so I need to introduce the magazine. How can I introduce the magazine? By saying a magazine called كذا. يبقى كده I'm identifying, I'm introducing it to people or to audience who are unfamiliar with this magazine. يبقى كده المشكلة في B. C.
Faraway Women and the Atlantic Monthly features contributions to the Atlantic Monthly, first published in 1857 as a magazine focusing on politics, art, and literature. Wrong.
ليه؟
Because they are already familiar, and he concentrates on the magazine.
طيب فين البوك؟ هو البوك اسمه ايه؟
Faraway Women.
كويس. اهو. First published in كذا as a magazine focusing. It's the same mistake. Still introducing the magazine to unfamiliar audience, which is contrary to the stem of the question. A. اهو يلا analyze it.
Catherine Halberson's Faraway Women and the Atlantic Monthly, the book.
حلو قوي. And the
Atlantic Monthly discusses female authors whose autobiographies appeared in the magazine in the early 1900s.
Did he introduce the magazine?
Because yes, he introduces the book.
Did he introduce the magazine?
No.
Yes. قال في الماجازين اسمها Atlantic Monthly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
مريم. عبد الرحمن معايا؟
Yes, miss.
Yes, mister.
ماشي عبد الرحمن انت عملتها ايه؟ What was your answer؟
I choose A.
ماشي مريم.
هو انا مش فاكرة قوي وحضرتك بس بتشرح السؤال ده، انا النت عندي طلعني دخلني كل شوية، عادي حضرتك
نفس
تعيده تاني؟
the same problem. طيب.
هو انا بحاول
معلش.
على قد ما اقدر يعني
معلش يا حبيبتي ولا يهمك.
اركز في القطي. انا اسفة.
لا ولا يهمك يا حبيبتي ولا يهمك. عبد الرحمن can you re-explain it?
Yes. The question wants the student wants to introduce the book to an audience familiar with the Atlantic Monthly.
What's
And
the name of
if
the
the
book?
audience are familiar, Catherine Halverson, Faraway Woman.
Yes, Faraway Woman. That's the name of the book. And the name of the magazine is?
Atlantic Monthly.
Okay, it's supposed that the audience are familiar or unfamiliar?
Familiar.
Familiar. So do we need to identify or define the magazine, the Atlantic Monthly?
No.
No. Should I say in a magazine called Atlantic Monthly? Should I do so?
No.
C. A magazine focusing on politics.
No, because they are already familiar.
So you don't need to define it. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Maryam, clear ولا؟
Yes, mister, it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Maryam, I want you to help me with the last question of the homework, please. Last question, جماعة, type your answers. Question 33. Okay, Maryam.
Yes, mister. Is it C?
We have B and C. Okay. Analyze the stem, please.
the students want to emphasize a similarity between two ways of a magnificent frigid bird acquires food. Which
Okay.
choice most effectively uses relevant information from the
يبقى how
notes
many
to
ways?
accomplish this goal?
2 ways?
2 ways.
Similar or different?
Similar.
Similar. C. Of the 2 ways, only one is known as. Is it right or wrong?
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Right.
How many ways are mentioned here?
2 ways that are similar.
لا حبيبتي، فين السيميلر؟ بيقول لي only one is known as. الكلام الغريب ده هو ده الديفينيشن بتاع مين؟
انا كنت بقى اقصد حضرتك بتتكلم على السؤال.
انا بتكلم على سي.
ايه؟ انت فين؟
مريم.
سي غلط عشان واحدة بس مختلفة، صح؟
بالظبط. بيقول لي only one. هو بيقول لي similarity of 2 ways. يبقى ال 2 ways must be mentioned. مش بس ال 2 ways must be mentioned. the similarity. في similarity بينهم.
مش بس هو قايل بين واحدة بس.
ها. طب هنا neither
of a magnificent frigid bird's 2 ways of acquiring food requires the bird to dive into the water. Yes, هي دي.
يعني هل هم does it require the bird to dive؟
هو بيتكلم ال 2 ways
ال 2 ways ولا واحدة
the
منهم.
bird to dive. صح؟
دي بالظبط. فدي السيميلاريتي. اللي هو بيقول لي neither ولا واحدة منهم require the bird to dive into water. فthat's the similarity between the 2 ways of acquiring food. 2 ways يبقى لازم في 2 ways. Similarity يبقى لازم في similarity. Does anyone have a problem?
تمام. Thank you, Mr.
Okay. عبد الرحمن.
Yes, Mr.
First question. يلا يا جماعة, your answers. Textual evidence question. Your answers, my friends. Quickly. عبد الرحمن, yours. ملك ومريم فين؟
I choose A.
A and we have B. Okay.
Oh, sorry, I chose D.
Sorry, so we have B and D, right?
Yes.
ملك فين؟ ومريم. Okay.
I didn't see the
مستر أنا آسفة مستر أنا
أي مريم.
مريم، بس أنا آسفة ما عملتش ده عشان خاطر أنا كنت مسافرة قبليها بيوم، يعني بعديها بيوم أقصد، ومعرفتش، والنهاردة برضو يعني مسافرة المدينة وكده، فأنا آسفة يعني إن أنا ما عملتوش، كنت هعمله بس
طب
ما
والفوكاب يا
عرفتش.
مريم؟
أنا آسفة.
امتحان الفوكاب، واجب الفوكاب.
يعني برضو نفس الحاجة.
آخر مرة يا مريم لو سمحتي، ما عادش وقت على الامتحان. اوكي؟
حاضر حاضر، أوعد حضرتك مش هيتكرر كده تاني، ودي أول مرة ليا.
شاء الله إن شاء الله حبيبتي. يلا عبد الرحمن, we have B and D. عبد الرحمن,
Yes, yes.
يلا عبد الرحمن, explain.
Okay, the question wants a quotation that would support the researcher's claim.
Okay. Where is the claim?
It is in the last sentence. An aviation researcher has claimed that Coleman intentionally defied social norms
Intentionally.
over time by how she chose to
يعني ايه
present
defied?
rejected or made the opposite of.
Okay, intentionally opposed social norms. Okay, يعني you
Okay.
said against, تمام?
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference between B and D?
B does not show how she opposed the social norms.
Okay, طب where it is?
D says that female pilots were typically expected to wear traditional, but Coleman wore pants and leather jackets.
Very good.
The social norm was
So
traditional, but
the
she
norm,
didn't do
skirts. What about Coleman?
leather pants and jackets.
Pants. So she defied the traditions or the norms اللي هي الskirts by wearing pants. So the clues, شايفين هنا tradition how she was wearing pants and jackets. So the right answer, yes, it's D. Thank you, Abrahman. Aneen,
Yes.
what's wrong with B?
I don't know.
Weren't you concentrating?
No, I was, but I understood why you would choose D.
Why is it D? يا حنين,
Mister, you mean why is it B or why is it D?
it is D. But
Yeah.
I asked you about B. Why is B wrong? Were you following?
Yes.
Type why is B wrong? Abrahman explained it. What was the researcher's claim?
The researcher claimed that how she chose to present herself in public.
How she chose to present herself in public. That's not inclusive. Yeah, you were not concentrating, Hanif. pay attention يا حنين and concentrate. We don't have time, please.
Okay.
The researchers claim that she intentionally defied, opposed the social norms while presenting herself to the public. يبقى she opposed the traditions. Go to B. She gave speeches. What's missing here?
The tradition.
No traditions. No traditions and no defying of those traditions. If you go to D, what was the tradition? What was the social norm of pilots to wear what?
This is her skirt.
On the contrary, she did what? Did she wear skirts like what was normal during the time?
She did.
Huh?
No, it wasn't normal according to the time.
حبيبتي, it was normal. It was a tradition to wear skirts and dresses. Did she do so or did something different?
She didn't include it. No, she did something different. She was
Which is?
wearing pants and leather jackets.
Right. Let's move to the next question. Okay. يلا حنين. Your answer to this question and the others.
I did it B.
Quantitative evidence questions. Okay. Complete the statement. Why B?
Because in the last sentence they said they found that the least amount of the traveler per according N during the
Least amount was?
the cold dry season both in males and female.
Yeah, which was?
B.
يعني it's 9,
and 15.
which is less than both. And here it's also 15, which is less than both. Okay. Thank you. Malak.
Yes.
يلا يا جماعة, your
chose
answers.
I chose B.
We have B. The others? Okay. He said one reason some archaeologists are interested in recovering scents. Where is this reason? You said that they believe the scent could eliminate important aspects of ancient life. Where is the clue? Because we have C.
The first clue is often evoking significant memories and important social events.
Where? Which line?
The first time. After the comma.
It's stated directly. اللي هو scent with their what?
Daily lives. And the
برضو
second
هنا.
line, interest to archaeologists who hope to use it to better understand ancient rituals trade.
Trade, medicine. This is the life. C. What's wrong with C?
The last sentence, archaeological studies making use of these advances may provide new insights into past society.
I know. What's wrong with C? C.
He did mention medicine, but it wasn't the main answer.
It's mentioned. But they
Yes, he
wanted to
mentioned it.
gain insights to know. There is no clue. They wanted to
Know more about ancient life.
What's clueless in C? What's not mentioned? Medicine is mentioned. We have here medicine. But did they want to develop the medicine?
No, they didn't mention that.
They want to understand all the aspects, trade, rituals, social norms, medicine, just to understand, not to develop new medicine. There is no clue for that. Clueless. That's why the right answer is B. Thank you. دي ملك صح؟ ملكت معايا؟
Yes.
Do you hear me well now?
Yes.
عبد الرحمن. يلا يا جماعة,
Yes,
your
mister.
answers. عبد الرحمن, help me please. That's an inference question. Your answer, عبد الرحمن, and the others?
B.
نعم?
I choose B.
Okay. يا جماعة, quickly. من غير ما اقول بدل once I moved كله يكتب الانسر بتاعته. We don't want to waste any time. يا عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
Okay. Start from the very beginning. We have B and we have D.
Okay. Morton, Wewen, and colleagues have identified the new carnivorous species, plant species in Indonesia. Like other carnivorous plants,
Like.
Empirica has.
So يبقى he's going to introduce a similarity.
Yes.
عندهم ايه؟
Has pitfall traps or pictures.
تمام. To capture.
With capture prey, but unlike others.
ايوه. ها يبقى في similarity but contrast اهو. يبقى في difference. This is how we read critically. We pay attention to conjunctions, pay attention to adjectives. What's the difference بقى؟ إن بيعملوا إيه؟ هم عندهم pitfall traps like the others. لكن الديفرنت البيتشرز دول أو البيت traps ها مالهم؟
underground.
أيوه. under إيه؟ underground. تمام؟ يبقى النورمال عندهم underground traps ولا above the surface؟
above.
تمام. هما بقى عندهم ايه؟ 2 ولا 1؟
Again, mister.
يعني هما البلانت دي عندها ايه؟ What's different? What's extra? What's more?
The pictures are located underground.
يبقى في traps underground. ها. The researchers ها.
The researchers unearth the new species on fairly dry ridges with surfaces that host few other plants and animals. Therefore, the researchers hypothesize that the species likely B, evolved to have underground traps access more prey than would surface traps.
right?
Yes.
Why? Stated directly. ده مش inference يا جماعة. هي it's the way. يعني what's missing in D?
The undiscovered species is not mentioned.
Where are the others? Not mentioned. طب what's the most important idea of the text?
The pictures are located underground.
اللي هي الاندرجراوند ترابس. ما هو اللي ركز في الكونجنكشنز فهم ان هي like the others عندهم traps to capture prey, but يبقى لازم هنا دي red flag بقى. I pay attention to this, but unlike others دول الترابس دي underground. يبقى ده اللي special. يبقى this text was written to highlight, to underscore, to emphasize the unique characteristic of this plant, which is ايه يا عبد الرحمن؟
The underground traps.
يبقى لازم اللي choice يكون فيه the most important idea, which is the underground traps. You need to understand the purpose of the text. الauthor wrote this for what? لو انت if I ask you عبد الرحمن, the most important word or words in the text itself, what would it be?
Underground traps.
بس that's it. يبقى it has to be mentioned. This word or those two words have to be mentioned في السنتنس أو في التشويس بتاعي. حنين, thank you عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
What did you get?
And they focus more on about the underground traps.
Okay. What helped you understand? What helped you detect that this is the most important word? If you pay attention to what? If you concentrate on what?
And the place they made the research and the text.
لا أنا مش قصدي, أنا قصدي إن في clues كده, حاجات أخد بالي منها while reading.
repeated words اللي تكون في الانسر وفي التكست.
أنا فاهم. أنا قصدي إيه الحاجات اللي أنا بقراها اللي أنا معلم عليها هنا.
like و unlike.
وبط في contrast في relationship. يبقى الرايتنج رولز يا جماعة بتساعدني to understand in reading. يقول لي like و unlike وبط, يبقى that's a contrast relationship. يبقى في حاجة different, في comparison. هو استعملهم لأن في comparison. أبدأ بقى إيه ده اللي هيlead me to understand that the difference is about the underground traps. يلا حنين. Next question. Vocabulary. Vocab. يلا يا جماعة your answers.
لسه أنا كنت محتارة ما بين clarify و minimize.
Clarify and minimize. Okay, go ahead.
A recent study by a group of neurologists emerged to the long-term effects of consumption.
Okay. هل هم هي clarify the effects ولا minimize the effects؟ ما ينفعش أقف هنا. هم عملوا إيه؟
by tracking the health and
كفاية. ها
help us better understand.
يبقى هم did they minimize the effects or elaborate the effects?
Elaborate, clarify.
Clarify. Is it clear? Does anyone have a problem?
Mr. Why is it clarified?
Sorry?
Why is it not minimized?
معلش ما سمعتش والله.
Why is it not minimized?
When you track, when you study to understand something, are you minimizing the effects or you are trying to elaborate and understand? Understand means what? Minimize or clarify?
So it's clarified because of the word better understand.
Yes. Not minimizing, not reducing.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. حنين كانت معايا صح؟ ملك؟
Yes.
It's your turn. Function or part to whole. Main function of the text. يلا يا جماعة your answers to this question.
I chose A.
Okay. The others. Okay. The main purpose of the text.
The following text is adapted from Charlotte Bur- Bur- The following text is adapted from Charlotte Burrett's 1849 novel, Jane Eyre. The narrator, Jane, is reflecting on an incident with Miss Reed, her aunt and guardian.
I think the answer.
Cannot...
I think the answer is in the first sentence. One word. One word in A. We have A and we have C. Look at that. معلش, I will read them. A, to show her regret after her anger against Mrs. Reed. ولا complex feelings of love and hate. Read the first sentence and tell me.
Child cannot quarrel with its elders, as I had done. Cannot give its furious feelings uncontrolled pain.
So she was mad at her, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Without experiencing afterwards the pang of remorse and the chill of reaction.
Huh? Which is, what do you think?
It says remorse or regret.
Very
yes,
good.
A.
Very good. What does it mean, remorse?
Regret and sadness
Yes.
and guiltiness.
Very good. Is there a clue for the love? Also, the complex feelings. I don't think that there is a clue for the pure love. She just regrets, I think, the crazy feelings and the crazy quarrels with Mrs. Reed. Anine, is it clear or not? Anine, did you get why is C incorrect?
Yep.
Thank you. Abdurrahman, your
Yes.
answers. Cross texts, please. How will text 2 respond to the common view presented in text 1? So we will visit text 1 at the very beginning. We will try to understand what is the common view. Then we will move to text 2 to figure out how the common view is considered in text 2. Your answers يا جماعة. عبد الرحمن, أنت your answer إيه؟
I choose C.
We have C. And the others? Okay. يا عبد الرحمن، ايه الكومن فيو اصلا in text 1؟ What's the common view in text 1؟
Okay. I will read. Okay.
ماشي.
A common view of the history of science is that it progressed through a series of revolutions.
كفايه. يبقى الكومن فيو في ايه؟
Series of revolutions.
الثيوريز حصل لهم ايه؟ old theories
Were replaced by new ones.
يعني في old يبقى text 1 old theories were replaced by the new ones. Text 2
In his 2012 book, historian Chang argues that the history of science is neither simple nor neat. Using the example of chemical revolution, he contends that scientific revolutions are often exaggerated or mythologized, and that old theories do not always disappear or become relevant.
ايوه، ايه بقى هنا هنا؟ ها،
Instead,
old
they
theories مالهم؟
do not always disappear.
يبقى ده like text 1 or opposite to text 1؟
Opposite.
opposite to text 1، لان text 1 قال ان الاولد مالهم؟
Replaced by new.
بالظبط، disappear. طب text 2 بتقول ان الاولد لا، doesn't disappear. on the contrary، اللي بيحصل؟ ها،
Instead, he shows that there are often multiple coexisting and complementary ways of
يعني
understanding the same phenomenon.
complementary ways، يعني old plus a
New.
هو ده. it's how we map, how we understand. هو مش لازم يا جماعة، it doesn't necessarily mean that I understand every single word. I try to get the main idea. in text 1 بيقول لي ان في انا عرفت، انا عملت الكلام ده ليه يا جماعة؟ لان انا باخد بالي من الادجectives قوي، بقف عند الادجectives. بيقول لي ايه؟ adjectives والverbs. old في text 1 just a sec. تاني، ها، old new old replaced by new، يبقى ده text 1. هنا old، بصوا repeated اهو، ها، don't disappear. مش لازم يقول لي are not replaced or were not replaced. ما هو ال old theories do not disappear، يبقى ده عكس ده. لكن هم multiple and complementary ways. adjective اهو، they complement each other. يبقى دي معناه text 1 ان الاولد بيموت. في text 2 old plus new، الاثنين موجودين، they complement each other. ده بالظبط هو the main purpose of both, the main ideas of both texts. if you do so هتسيف التايم. you will understand the main idea without reading everything, without wasting your time. فهنا عبد الرحمن text 2 بقى هيقول ايه؟
Text 2 by modifying the conception of scientific revolution to account for the persistent and diversity of alternative theories.
which means
that diversity and alternative theories like the old and new one will be there. Old
هو ايه
will not
الريفولوشن اللي في text 1؟
that
ان
old
الاولد
will
بي ايه؟
disappear and new
بيديسابير. طب يعني ايه diversity؟ التنوع
both.
يعني both old plus new في text 2. Is it clear?
Yes.
Does anyone have a problem يا جماعة؟ حنين.
Yes.
Let's move. يلا حنين, transition, writing, your answer. حنين, your answer.
I did it A.
Okay. We have A and we have B. يلا. هو consequently this is cause and effect. Nonetheless, contrast relationship. ها. وعندنا C. In other words, you are emphasizing something.
Isn't like same meaning with different words?
Yes. يلا, go ahead, President.
President Franklin Roosevelt faced significant oppositions to his New Deal policies. 1934
Significant oppositions. يعني
showed
was
that
it
the
a big
only
deal or not?
yes
Yes. وهنا مديلي ايه؟ Colin for explanation. He's going to explain why the opposition was significant. Because it showed a
only 44%.
only. يبقى ده negative. opposition negative. They opposed him. Only 44% supported the plan. طيب. Next بقى. Roosevelt was
re-elected.
حلو قوي. re-elected. هو ده positive ولا negative؟
Positive.
Positive. يبقى what's the relation between opposition and re-election? Cause and effect.
Contrast, like they are the opposite.
الناس عرضته فانتخبوه. Is it a cause and effect relationship?
No.
It's a
Contrast.
yes. Although he was significantly opposed, or his plan was significantly opposed, people re-elected him. You did B, right? Huh?
No, I did it A.
You did?
A. أنا
now you understand it?
technically إنه يعني لسه مكمل. It was continuing event عشان الديت وكده.
ماشي, بس هو consequently مش
فأنا
consequently is different from subsequently.
Okay.
Consequently cause and effect. Subsequently time.
هي اللي continuing an event. Okay.
دي الاوردر. لكن هو حتى هنا اصلا it's a contrast relationship. لان I can start the sentence with although many opposed his plan, he was elected. Re-elected. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Malak. Rhetorical synthesis. The student.
I chose A.
Okay. الانسرز كل الناس يا جماعه A. طيب تعال analyze it. ايه اول حاجه انا محتاجها؟ ها introduce A. يلا ملك.
Meow.
Huh?
Yes.
What's
Meow
number
Wolf.
2?
Unfamiliar. The audience are unfamiliar. The company. Yeah.
Company. Okay. في A.
Founded in 2008, Meow Wolf is a
لا, I want you to match.
based art.
هنا. Is it introduced?
Yes.
طيب فين بقى
Is this,
to audience unfamiliar?
yes. And entertainment company that creates immersive art installations. Company.
Is a company. Huh. We use is for what? Is an R, verb to be, to A.
So, يعني, to show they are equal.
لا.
Yes.
الديفينيشنز
Introduce.
بتتعمل ازاي؟ Introduce and define. We use verb to be. ما هو since we are introducing something, defining something, so this is familiar or unfamiliar?
Familiar.
Huh?
Unfamiliar.
Unfamiliar.
Or introducing it.
Well, if it's familiar, if it had been familiar, I wouldn't have used verb to be to identify the me wolf. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
يلا pronoun antecedent. يلا go ahead عبد الرحمن.
Okay.
Start from the second sentence.
Okay, ماشي. Humans cannot survive the crushing pressure.
انت بتقرا يا عبد الرحمن. Okay, specially designed. لا من from the third one.
Okay, specially designed submarines and robots can explore this realm, but they are highly expensive and limited by technical challenges.
Your answer is
B.
why?
Because the pronoun refers to the submarines and robots. They
Okay,
are plural.
What is highly expensive and limited? Submarines and robots, plural. That's why we chose they. Thank you. Haneen. Verb form and tense. Haneen.
Yes, Mr.
By the time.
How did it be?
And the others. Introduced. Why be?
عشان past tense.
Past or simple past. And these are the indicators. Introduced. 17. Thank you. Malak. I'll try to move faster. I need to finish revising this. يلا ملك. يلا جماعة your answers.
Yes, I chose develop.
Why?
Because it said there's premiered. So
Because it said what?
Premiered. So developed.
Oh, and this is compound verb. Where is the subject? It. بقول لي it. Where is the first verb? Malak, the first verb.
The first verb is premiered.
مش سامع.
Premiered.
هي فين premiere دي؟ لا ثواني. هو that. It was there. That. Price premiered her first symphony اللي هي كذا 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 and developed برافو يبقى premiered number one and developed supportive relationship. Thank you. يبقى premiered and developed. This is what we call compound verb. بدل في and يبقى ده compound verb يبقى لازم verb. طب هل A, C and D are they verbs?
Yes.
A is a verb.
No.
The ing
No.
وده infinitive.
Yes.
Yes, the only one or the only form verb form هو developed. يبقى premiered والconsistency بقى premiered and developed والparallelism.
Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Is this considered parallel structure?
Yes, sure. بس ليه parallel بقى؟ عشان عندي and. فهنا ده compound verb. الverb الأولاني في الباست وverb يبقى لازم يبقى عندي another verb ويبقى في برضه في الباست. عبد الرحمن مريم.
Yes, Mr.
يلا مريم ها. Far from being
Okay.
modern inventions. Phrase.
ده modifier
Modifier.
question.
مين بقى اللي far from being modern inventions؟
Ancient Mesopotamia was home to Sumerians who used drinking straws. I think it's C.
ده place صح؟ مش دي كانت home؟ يا جماعة الانسرز فين؟ ها مريم ايه هي المودرن انفنشنز يا مريم؟ a place ولا السترو؟
straws.
The meaning is very important. The place is not an invention. السترو هي الانفنشن.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
عبد الرحمن.
Yes.
يلا يلا يا جماعة الانسرز.
I choose A.
في A و C صح؟
Yes.
ماشي. في كده عبد الرحمن.
Okay. The 2022 Nobel Prize in Chemistry was awarded to three pioneers in the field of
حلو
pure
قوي.
chemistry.
3 pioneers.
Two-time Nobel laureate Barry Sharpless.
يعني ايه ده عبد الرحمن؟
ده الفيرست.
دي كولن صح؟ It
Yes.
seems ان في ايه؟
List.
حلو قوي. الليست نوعين. في ليست simple وفي ليست ايه؟
Compound or complex.
complex. بتبقى ايه؟
list وجواها information تانية semicolon.
بالظبط. السمبل item number 1 comma item number 2 comma and 3. الكومباوند او الكومبلكس ليست بستعمل ايه؟
semicolon.
semicolon and. لكن السمبل
comma.
حلو قوي. فين item number 1؟
two-time Nobel sharpists who coined the term click chemistry.
The item number 1. هل في extra information؟ هل في comma في item number 1؟
Yes.
يبقى دي complex list. يبقى نختار ايه؟
Choice A.
choice A. فين item number 2؟ مين الرقم التاني؟
كارولين بيروتزي.
اللي هو founder of مش عارف كذا كذا كذا. item 3
and مورتن ميدل.
اللي هو a professor at the blah 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 blah. يبقى it seems ان دي complex list. complex list when if you find commas in 1, 2 or 3 of the lists, that's a complex list which you need to separate using a semicolon, not a comma. يبقى هما 3 colon item number 1 جواه comma، يبقى هنا semicolon item number 2 طلع فيه comma برضو semicolon and item number 3 اللي برضو فيه comma. Does anyone have a problem يا جماعة with the complex list? Do you need me to re-explain it?
No.
Okay. حنين.
Yes.
يلا help me please.
I didn't A.
A. The others? Okay. يلا حنين. Mini. Start from here. What is the subject?
Mini.
Mini. Does it have a verb?
Where?
حلو قوي. Subject to verb يبقى ده ايه؟
Independent sentence.
Independent. كويس جدا. ها اللي بعده بقى. Styrians مالهم؟
Subject.
مالهم بقى؟ does it have a verb?
Yes. Have determined.
Determined. Subject وverb يبقى ده ايه؟
Independent. فلازم
That's-
separation.
لا yes you have to. يا اما تسيبريت يا اما تكومباين them صح. ينفع اسيبهم من غير اي حاجه كده؟
لا لازم يكون في separation.
ده run on. طب ودي بالكما؟
ما فيش conjunction.
لا دي اسمها ايه؟ كما ايه؟
comma splice.
comma splice. You cannot combine two independent clauses with a comma. الحل الوحيد اللي هما comma ايه؟
conjunction.
comma fan boys اللي هي comma
conjunction.
but. عندي هنا comma but. Is it clear؟
بس بس ممكن استاذنك عشان عندي حصة باي دلوقتي.
خلاص اوكي هتابع
لا، كان براحتك.
الفيديو كده كده هبعت الفيديو. اوكي السيشن.
اوكي ثانك يو.
You're most welcome. يلا حنين. ملك.
Yes.
اوكي يلا يلا يا جماعه your answers to this question. ها
I chose C.
B و A.
C.
C.
Yes.
C و A. اوكي. Start from the beginning of the sentence. هو بيقول لي ايه؟ ها
Arrangement of the figures according to one them represents your idea that we all come
اوكي هو
from
فين الفيرب؟
a-
فين السبجكت؟
the arrangement
اوكي what is the verb؟
represents.
حلو جدا. If the subject is far from the verb يبقى اكيد في interrupters. في الانتربترز you need to make sure ان separation punctuation mark is right. انا عندي هنا ايه؟
comma
يبقى supposed to be followed by
comma
يبقى the right answer is
A.
معلش ما سمعتش.
A.
A. Is it clear؟ يبقى subject
Thank you.
comma interrupter comma verb. Thank you so much. مريم.
Yes, Mr.
Next. يلا يا جماعة your answers.
It's B.
B. A.
Yes.
يلا okay. Okay. In 2008.
2 years after the death of science fiction writer Octavia
خلي بالك كل ده
Butler
ايه؟
in comma.
يعني two commas يعني ده is the subject is here ولا دي كل دي phrase؟
كل دي phrase.
حلو قوي. where is the subject بقى؟
اللي هي الرايتر
اللي هي ايه؟
Octavia Butler.
فين؟
الرايتر.
لا حبيبتي كل دي phrase. بيقول لي 2 years after the death of Octavia. مين اللي received؟
اللايبراري اللي هي
بالظبط. يبقى the library in California received. Do we need a comma؟ هنا the subject is the subject and the verb are very close to each other. No interrupter. يعني
no we
مفيش.
don't. انا بس كنت بحسب ان احنا اللي هو subject comma interrupter comma then a verb. انا
لا ما
بس
هو كل دي
اتلخبطت كده بس.
phrase كأن هي مش موجودة. يبقى the subject the
ايوه
library received. That's why the meaning is very important. The library in California received subject and verb. The comma is unnecessary here. Clear?
yes thank you Mr.
You're welcome. Oh, that's the end, right?
مستر انا اسفة هو
ها ايوه.
لا بس كنت اقول لحضرتك ان انا هحله وابعت السكوير لحضرتك.
Okay.